Environment means the surroundings comprising living and non-living things. Air, water, mineral, soil, climate and solar energy form the non-living or abiotic part of the nature. Animals, plants, microbes shape the living or biotic components. Interactions between non-living and specific living organisms together form an ecosystem. Apart from abiotic and biotic, we classify the environment into 4 components like atmosphere, lithosphere, hydrosphere and biosphere. These are all together can be considered as global living system and are closely interlinked and interdependent. Our environmental resources are residing in these 4 spheres and 4 spheres are connected through the hydrological cycle. In this episode, following aspects are going to be discussed: water resource, land resource, forest resource, mineral resource, food resource and energy resource. If we glanced at the world history, we could find that Greek, Rome and India have developed their civilization on the river banks. So, the water is source of civilization. Hydrological systems form rivers, lakes and many other aquatic ecosystems which are used by the people for drinking water, washing, cooking, watering animals and irrigating agrarian fields. On the earth's surface, 70% is water. Out of this, only 3% is fresh water. Of this 3% water, 2% is in polar ice caps and only 1% is usable water available in rivers, lakes and subsoil aquifers. Water used by the agriculture sector in the global level is 70%. Remaining 25% is used by the industries and only 5% is for domestic use. But in developed countries, major expenditure of water is on industries, while India uses 90% for agriculture, 7% for industry and 3% for domestic use. United Nations Environmental Programme UNDP reported that in 50 countries, water shortage is one of the 2 challenges for the new millennium. Other one is global warming. The major causes for the present water crisis are growing population, inefficient irrigation, pollution, overutilization. The world population has already crossed the 7 billion mark and there will be possible war for water. On the other hand, more than 1 billion people have no access to clean water and global consumption is doubling every 20 years. According to studies, a person needs a minimum of 20 to 40 liters of water per day for drinking and sanitation. The United Nations say that by the year 2050, all over the world, 4 billion people will be seriously affected by the lack of water. Following this, many water sharing countries would be part of the clash. Around the world, 100 countries are sharing the water of 13 large rivers and lakes. Countries like Ethiopia has already begun to suffer from the water and food problems. Global climate change has also affected regional hydrological conditions. Floods create havoc in the region and pollute in the usable and edible water. Deforestation create floods in Himalayan ranges which kills people, damage crops and destroy homes. The rains are unpredictable in most arid regions of the world. Drought-prone areas are facing irregular periods of famine. Deforestation is one of the factors that worsens the effect of the drought. Agriculture and power generation sector are the 2 major areas where demand for water is increasing. In India, irrigated areas increased from 40 million hectare in 1900 to 10 million hectare in 1950 and 271 million hectare by 1998. 30 to 40% area is supported by dams. But a national assessment of dam projects cleared in between 1980s and 90s shows that in 90% of cases, project authorities have not fulfilled the environment conditions. It is essential that people must be made aware of the dangers of water scarcity. Number of measures need to be taken for the better management of the global water. Long-term measures like sustainable water management and forestation could reduce the impact.